We're back, and we don't have Jeremy Blaustein with us yet.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Blaustein. Viewer discretion is advised. So people are giving you shit about the viewer discretion is advised stuff?
Oh, don't even talk about it. Don't even bring it up. People are such wieners.
I just ruined your entire comment section.
People are offended by the idea that people could possibly be offended by things.
What a stupid thing.
Which is way more offensive than being offended.
Oh boy. Especially in this game, it's like, god damn.
It's like, oh my god. Like, why would you be offended? Maria. Why would you be offended by me doing something nice for people? Get over it.
Seriously.
That's my rant about that. Anyway,
Yeah.
We were talking in the thread about how Jeremy Blaustein was going to probably be on some upcoming episodes, but we're having some scheduling problems because that guy lives in Japan, so it can get a little hairy trying to schedule things out. So maybe the next episode he'll be on it.
He's a true member of Team Silent, so he's in Japan.
He's gonna be mad if you say that, though.
I'm gonna confront him about that when he gets on here.
Well, no, he's gonna watch this and then he's gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not going on this LP no more."
I'm so stoked to talk to him though. That dude is cool as shit.
They're gonna ask me the hardball questions.
No, seriously, like we're trying to come up with like questions for him, and I think
Speak for yourself. I'm just gonna be friendly. See what happens.
Oh, right. Okay, so you're letting me do that on my own then? Okay.
Yeah, no, you go ahead.
All right, I'll be the nerd.
I'll just like think of things when they come up. I'll be like, "Oh, tell us about that booby touch that may or may not happen."
Oh, come on. The one person. Sorry, I love this. I love this. I unapologetically love this.
This is one of the best parts in all of the Silent Hill franchise, I think.
James is like, what? Huh?
I think it's the perfect combination of this is the mood for me of Silent Hill in general. This is like the perfect epitome of how it can mix scary things, unnerving things with humor.
There's a part in here that's like quintessentially like whenever I think of Silent Hill 2, I think of this one moment, the one thing that the radio announcer says.
I know exactly what it is too. It's chopped into pieces with an axe.
Yes.
Yeah.
With an axe.
Chopped into pieces.
And then he just kind of like realizes what he just said, and the audience is just like,
got carried away there.
Ooh. All right, are we gonna play this?
They wrecked this in the HD collection. They got a guy that was no good at this.
There it is. Oh.
Nod your head, James.
There you go.
I thought, hey, like, there's no reason to have subtitles in this part. I'll just have James be nodding his head and shaking his head when it's wrong.
Exactly. Oh, here it is.
No, the audience is still loving it, though.
I remembered it wrong. This is the... I love the dude in the background.
Woo! Woo!
Oh man, that's so great.
So this is another foreshadowing Silent Hill 4 thing. Mm-hmm. Walter Sullivan is the guy that killed those. That was Billy and Miriam Locane. Victims 17 and 18. I don't remember.
Reference to Ed Gein?
Edward Gein. But it wasn't. It was like his name is different. It was like. It's like Edgar instead of Edward or something. I forget what the real serial killer's name is, but
I think it was...
Gein was a real serial killer.
Yeah, he was. He famously
skinned people.
Yeah, he made a lamp out of one of his victims.
Made furniture and stuff like that. Had a real fucked up relationship with his mom. Really hated women.
Yep, I
think that was the guy who said that when he sees a pretty girl, he can't decide if he wants to kiss her or put her head on a spike or something. So that was the world's first men's rights activist.
I mean, when you really think about it.
Now the comments are going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I just put the nail in the coffin on this video.
They're horrible anyway.
What was that? What was that?
I don't fucking know, Maria.
You tell me. You're closer to this town than I am, miss.
But no, the one thing I do want to ask Blaustein is, because he would know better than I think anyone else, is what is the whisper saying in the apartments?
Oh God, like he would remember that?
He probably wouldn't, but
I
like
don't know.
he
I don't
remembered
know.
giving Maria direction to lay on the bed. Like I
Yeah,
don't-
but that
who
was
knows?
like I heard that the whisper was just a filler line that somebody did
Mhm.
Come on.
just to fill it in.
Supposed
So
to be the big man
Yeah.
around here.
big man around here.
Girl like me supposed to have.
Maria, can you quit insulting me? Jeez.
God, women just don't understand them.
Yeesh. You know,
What's this?
I'm a big proponent of men's rights.
Very good. You, James. You take it.
Oh,
Thanks.
I love that. Thanks.
Thanks. And like he's flirting back.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
Like, he's not taking it as an insult. Her being like, I thought you were supposed to be the big man around here. How am I supposed to help? I'm a little girl.
I'm a will baby girl.
Another nasty, hot topic, tacky ring.
Ugh.
Jack Skellington's face on it.
Oh boy. Ready? No, I'm not going to. Waha, basically.
Oh, okay, thank you. I don't have to rebalance that now.
I heard in your voice, like you backing up away from your headphones or your speakers.
I was like, here it comes. Oh no. Thanks, I appreciate you not doing the waha.
No problem. It's done. It's over with. No more. I gotta stop living in the past. Much like James here. Mm-hmm. His stupid dead wife.
Good,
And that
good,
stupid dead wife of yours.
good way to bring it back on topic.
Damn, what a hot topic it is.
Oh, wow. So we're putting rings on this door. That's the lady of the door.
The lady.
I didn't realize, somebody pointed out in the thread. This is one of those things where it's like, because I didn't realize it the first time I played this, I never paid it any heed the other times I played it. So I just like completely had blinders on about this. But the lady of the door poem thing that you find, it's kind of just being like, oh, heads up, there's a lady of the door coming up. But it mentions that, like, it mentions bloated corpses and she's on like a spider's thread or something, and that's
Yep.
supposed to be the 2 rings that you get.
Yep.
I just never like put it together because it's not really a puzzle.
Yeah, you just kind of
Like-
go to the door and hit X, or
Yeah,
you,
it's-
you equip the door with the rings. It's not really like you don't have to choose which finger to put it on. If memory
Yeah,
serves.
there's no puzzle, so why is there a clue to the puzzle, sort of? So I never really put
Oh.
that together.
Maybe there is on a higher difficulty. I didn't think about that.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is, but
I don't think
know.
there is.
I'd have to look that up.
Anyway, there's a mysterious weirdo box here that wasn't here earlier. It's only here after you hear the mysterious quiz show.
Mm.
So thankfully they label it Q1, Q2, Q3, or else this would be very confusing.
Yeah.
And the columns and rows would get all messed up.
Which edition is this? Are you playing HD collection? I mean,
No,
the
this is-
HD version. Or I'm sorry, greatest hits version. I don't know why. I'm fucking
Yeah,
it
it's
up.
greatest hits.
Yeah, okay. Because I could have sworn I had trouble with that in the original version, and I don't know if they labeled it differently. I don't know. Maybe I'm an
So-
idiot. Oh, you're gonna show. You're gonna show.
So this is what happens if you fail the quiz. None of the answers were 2.
Oh, fart box.
Slow motion replay. Respray. So yeah, it's
James.
a little anticlimactic. I believe it can kill you, especially on higher difficulties. I wanted to test it out by getting it wrong again until it killed me, but you can't even press the buttons anymore.
Yeah, it locks up.
So can't try again, can't get all that sweet loot.
Mm-mm. Unfortunate.
I think it's supposed to bring your health into the red regardless of difficulty level, but I'm not super sure about that.
Yeah, that's what I found, at least, as well.
Yeah. But I think it might be able to kill you too. I'm not really sure.
I don't know, maybe. A higher difficulty, I could totally see it happening, but I don't know. Maybe...
Then again, it's not really that important.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Ka-chink.
Just its tiny arms.
Put the rings on my tiny fingers. Alright. Maria, goddammit. Get
Maria,
out
you'll
of the way.
Maria, you'll be the death of me.
You gonna back up down the stairs? All right.
So,
I swear to God, Maria.
I swear to God, Maria, I swear. So I feel like a lot of people would miss this because they're just like, yay, a new place, and start wandering all the way down the stairs. But there's
Yeah.
a note here, and it's written by a stereotypically crazy person again who spells things
Director
wrong.
In the museum.
The museum.
That's-
Praying.
It's a museum for mooses.
Criminal.
For mooses?
I'm surprised he didn't spell steel like the metal.
Oh, maybe he's not that crazy.
But yeah, it's creative. We went beyond creative writing and into creative spelling.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Director's key. Oh, boy.
Let's practice moving, Maria. You gotta learn to move, especially in this hallway. Here's how you move.
Okay, Maria. You figured it out. Good job. Oh,
Uh-oh. Now you really gotta learn how to move, Maria.
shit. Shake the gams.
So Maria can die in this hallway very easily, actually,
Which-
especially on higher difficulty levels,
Which is fucking hilarious because
which is
at
stupid.
the end of it, she dies. Spoilers.
Yep.
Have we figured out like why Pyramid Head gets a friggin' stake? Like-
Steak?
Like the pike
Oh, the spear.
spear,
God, I didn't realize there were that many words for that weapon until just now.
the sharpened stick.
Why he has that? I don't really know.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just if you want to go this route, it's just another phallic object, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, what does that say about James?
The elevator vagina door closes, and no.
God,
You can read anything that way if you really feel like it, but
you really could. You really could.
that's up to you, and if you want to roll that way. Also, I always thought this song sounded just like Paint It Black.
Really? I don't hear it.
I see a red door and I. No
This is-
colors anymore. I want them to turn
black.
black.
Oh, and this is my pronunciation is terrible, but if memory serves, this is Magdalene.
Yeah, Magdalene.
Yeah. Okay.
The sad song.
Oh my God.
My God.
What have
This sounds so much like Painted Black.
You gotta do a comparison, like somehow, because I'm just not
Okay,
hearing
because
it.
I'll get copyright
Oh, copyright.
flagged.
Oh, you did it in the. You did it in the
Yeah,
text.
it's in the
too?
subtitle.
That's funny. Oh, mother!
Ha! The train thinks it sounds just like it.
I have not heard the train in like weeks. It's whenever
Only when we're recording.
It's only when we're recording. I swear to Christ. Anyway.
So there was a weird emulator glitch with this map that was driving me bonkers. So I had to like manually edit the
Oh,
map zoom myself.
Really?
So like the static, you'll notice the static like goes away and comes back, and ugh.
weird.
It's because there were like the way that the flashlight interacted with this particular map was making all this crazy shit flicker everywhere.
Huh.
So it's not 100% great looking, but I had to fix that and I had to fix this zoom too. It's all broken.
Looks fine.
This one looks fine. The other one was a little jank, but it's just my editing eye being like, no.
No.
But yeah, we're getting the key to leave. We're looking for like a letter and a wrench because this map told us to. There goes Laura.
Oh, hi, Laura.
We kind of don't care about her anymore.
She clearly doesn't care about us.
Well, I don't care about her because she called me a goddamn fart face. What am I gonna do? Help her?
Well, I mean, you are a fart face, so. I mean, if you listen to YouTube comments, you are definitely a fart face.
I don't have time to stand around reading all this shit. I wish Shattered Memories Harry ever came to that decision. I don't have time to look at all this shit. My daughter's missing.
Come on, man. Come on, person who's in control of me. do, do.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's just missing like 5 other notes.
I'm just not hearing it. I don't know.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're tone deaf.
Apparently. Sorry.
Once again, I couldn't do anything to help. Laura's run off somewhere, and I don't give a fuck about that because I'm James. He was like only following Laura. Like at the beginning, he was following Laura because she knew about Mary. But I think like, and also because Maria was like, I feel compelled to help this girl because reasons, spooky reasons.
Very spooky.
But like after she locks you in that room and calls you a fart face, like James is like 100% done with her. And you happen to run into her later, but he's not like, oh, thank God you're okay about it.
Yeah. Ooh, jams.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Rossetti?
No, it's my YouTube partner. I partnered with Curse Union for Gamers. They didn't have this before. They recently got a music library, so.
Very cool.
Hey, howdy, hey. It's really hard to find, like, Akira Yamaoka sounding stuff, though.
Even normally, like non-royalty free shit.
I don't know how to, like, describe what I want when I'm looking for Silent Hill sounding music.
Yeah, the only things that I would say are obviously acoustic.
Yeah.
He's a fan of electric guitar, and Silent Hill 2's soundtrack is way more reliant on melodies than the other soundtracks. There is a band that was very, very Akira Yamaoka sounding. I keep almost reverting back to freaking Yamaoka.
Yamaoka.
Yeah, Yamaoka. Anyway, it's Emancipator. Their CD Dusk to Dawn is very, very Akira Yamaoka sounding.
Interesting.
Yeah, they have a song on there called Natural Cause. And I swear to God, it sounds exactly like
maybe you showed me
Akira.
that one, actually.
I think I did.
Like a year or two ago.
I posted it on,
Hey, it's mandarins. So these guys are called mandarins in this game, but they actually reoccur in Silent Hill 3. They come back, and they're called closers in that, and they don't hang like this. They walk around, and they're giant, and they get in your grill.
Get all up in your grill.
But sadly, because these things reoccur in Silent Hill 3, that kind of opens up the way for Pyramid Head getting reused in other games, too.
Yep.
Because Silent Hill reused this thing that was supposedly from James's brain. This ain't somebody else's monster, it's supposed to be James's monster.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
So, like, the fact that they get reused in a quote-unquote Team Silent game means that people are kind of in the free to use Pyramid Head and whatever they want, because the town like maintains a bestiary of, you know, a roster of monsters, a memory of the monsters.
Yep, fans are not gonna like you saying that, but
sorry.
I mean, we talked about this a while ago when we were originally planning on doing the Great Debate. And
I mean, I'm not happy about it, but it's factual. I mean, that's just the situation, unfortunately.
I mean, that's, if I remember correctly, that was because of some questions that a fan asked Ito, and Ito was just like straight up. I think he's been going through his tweets and deleting stuff now, but
he is. I think people are taking him more seriously than he thought, or something.
Yeah, but I think that the thing that you take away from what he was talking about was basically that Silent Hill retains the information from all of the monsters that it generates from people's psyches that it brings to the town, and it uses them whenever they're created, and just sort of basically it's exactly what you were saying. I'm just being pedantic.
I feel like they just use it whenever it's relevant, or whenever they just want to reinvent it.
Is that whipped cream?
Delicious whipped cream. What a strange unlockable.
Let's spray it in our mouth. Oh, I saw.
Also, don't look at these other special items.
I saw a donkey.
A donkey? That's weird.
Yeah.
Where's Shrek?
I love how he covers
I
his
love
mouth.
that animation.
It's so good, and the way he just waggles.
I love how still his arm is, but his wrist, it's all on the wrist.
James has got a can of Raid. He's just gonna clean up this town.
It's a hyper spray. You spray it on monsters. The white one is the most common one to get because it's for between 4 stars and like 7.9 stars. At the end of the game, you get ranked on how good you were at playing the game. And it's actually really hard to get like the really good shit. The white spray only stuns the enemies, and it kills creepers, and it kills another spoilery enemy, but this is the spoiler one, so I could tell you about it. It's the bugs that the final boss releases.
Oh, it kills those, huh?
It kills those, apparently.
Oh.
I'll
Well,
have
that
to like
makes
try
sense.
that out.
I guess it's kind of funny because they're treating it like bug spray.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense,
That
I
makes
guess.
sense.
And the other colors have some quirks, like they can make mannequins attack each other or something like that. And
Yeah.
the hardest one to get is,
Ew.
I think it was purple or something like that. And you have to get 10 stars. And that one actually does like really serious damage and kills everything. But it's
Nice.
apparently bad for James's health too. Like he can't just be inhaling this spray all the time. It can
Oh,
hurt you.
it hurts you too. Oh.
That's what I read. I haven't seen it happen because I've only gotten the white one. The white one doesn't seem to do anything bad to his health.
No. It doesn't seem to do anything bad to any of the enemy's health either.
Yeah, it's just kind of useless.
Yeah.
The one of the harder ones to get is actually the one that does the least amount of stuff. I think it's like green or something, or yellow, I
Oh,
forget.
yeah.
But you have to get under 4 stars, which is kind of hard because it's like, it's hard to play the game that bad.
You heard it here first. Silent Hill 2 is hard to do bad.
We're back at Bar Neely's because that note in the RV told us to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So we came here earlier and we got a map from here, and there was the hole here, it's gone now thing. But there's
Yeah.
something new here. It only appears after the hospital.
People miss this a lot too.
Oh.
Which sucks because this is like really important.
This is like so spoopy. One of the spoopiest things in the game.
Yeah.
It's so specific.
Yep.
And so mysterious. Like, who the fuck wrote this?
Yeah.
Did the town itself write this? So awkward. This guy knows my name. I don't know his name. Is it a physical person who's, like, possessed by the town writing these notes?
Is it the town itself?
Like, who's the hospital director? He seems to be talking about his patient left a key and, behind the statue when they went out. But he seems to have secret knowledge that the town would only have. So is the town possessing some people, not other people, or?
Yeah,
Huh?
that's one of the weird things about, definitely that note. Of course, it's supposed to be mysterious because if it wasn't mysterious, it wouldn't be scary, and the whole point is to be, scaring you. But I mean, if you play the game a few times, and I think we're going to talk about this in TGD a little bit because this is definitely one of the debates that is going on, is that some speculate that the person who's writing those notes is the person you meet in Maria's sub-campaign.
Mm-hmm. Ernest
Baldwin?
Yeah.
And some speculate that Ernest is the director of the hospital.
That's weird because they have different last names and everything. Because I think they're both real. I think those were both real people that got used. Like the memory of them got used somehow.
And I think that one of the cool things that if you read the Book of Lost Memories is you can sort of extrapolate from there that the town that and this is weird, but bear with me, there is precedence for this in the Book of Lost Memories. The town is actually retaining the spirits of the people that die there. Mm-hmm. And that's actually referenced in the Book of Lost Memories by the fog, and the lake itself is capturing the ghosts, and the spirits, the spiritual energy of the town. And because the lake is, the water and it's evaporating, bits and pieces of those ghosts are going out as the fog, and they're inhabiting the town. It's crazy, it's weird, but there is a precedent for it.
Well, it does seem to be connections between dead people, because this whole game's about Mary. She's fucking dead as hell.
Yeah, straight up.
And even in like Born from a Wish, after you like get the most important item that you have to give to Ernest, you hear the voice of his dead daughter say, "Give it to my daddy."
Yep. And they could be just doing it because, ooh, that's scary. But, I think that they did put a little bit of thought into the way that they were trying to scare people and the things that the town could do, per se.
Yeah, I like how vague it is. Like, what exactly is the town capable of? Is it capable of making, is Maria a physical entity that you can physically touch and is tangible, and other people could talk to her if they were around to meet her? But guess what? She's never around the other characters because they wanted that to be ambiguous and be a really cool conversation. So I feel like they decided at some point, like, this is cool, but it would be cooler if people didn't know, the players didn't know for real if she was tangible or just a part of James's imagination.
Yes.
Because what is real anyway? The whole idea of Silent Hill is based on perception.
Right.
Reality is just a matter of perception.
Yeah, and I think that the conversation is a good one to have in terms of like whether the town's actually creating things like physical things for you, like if Maria, you can actually touch her, versus whether you're not actually touching her, and the whole game, the town is just making you think that you can touch her. I think that's a really interesting conversation. Who knows?
It's a conversation for an accidental podcast at the end of this episode.
An accidental mini podcast.
But it's cool stuff to think about. It'll happen on the Great Debate at some point.
Totally, yeah.
So that's like a big juicy conversation.
Oh yeah, and we're
huge.
We're totally gonna really rip into that. That's gonna be a really really big one. That and a whole bunch of other stuff, and that's where we get the name The Great Debate from, because we're gonna have a bunch of freaking debates, and we're gonna talk about this stuff and the reasoning behind the evidence for these things, and go through all that stuff.
For and against the things, because it's like some things I'm honestly on the fence over,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know for sure if Maria is corporeal, like legit, like, literally corporeal or not. I've never really decided for myself. Yeah. And I feel like there isn't really enough evidence either way to determine, is she physically real or is she just real in the eyes of James? And I also don't think it really quite matters.
Yeah.
In the scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, no. I mean, you could, if we played the game through again, and we could just figure out if there is actually like if the plot falls apart, if there's a reason for her to like be a physical manifestation or not, then we'll talk about that. But for some stuff I just I don't care one way or the other, like whether Laura is real or not. Like I'm of the idea that she is, because the value of her character kind of diminishes if she wasn't actually real. But
that's why I care about it, though. The reason, like, that's the reason I give a shit that I feel like she's real. Like, I'm not on the fence about Laura. I really do believe that she's real, because I feel like the game falls apart thematically if she's not real, because you need somebody to be real.
Right. You need that sort of sounding board. You need that what do they call that? I forget the name of it.
I don't know. It's a callback to reality. You need reality around to show how crazy the unreality is. Right. And without that home base, you don't know how far away you are from home.
That reference point.
Yeah, reference point. So it's a sanity reference point.
For that, that's interesting. But then there's stuff like the whole, is Mary in the trunk of the car? Is she in the, passenger seat of the car? Is she in the back seat of the car? Like,
that's stuff that I just believe because it's cooler that way.
Oh,
like nothing falls to pieces if she is or isn't in the body is in that car or not. But I prefer to think that it is in there. But I'm not gonna die on a hill over it or anything. And die on a silent hill over it.
Right. And that's my point. Like some of the stuff, like it's totally up in the air. Like whether you believe it or not, there's it can exist. You can it can be a Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
It can simultaneously be correct and incorrect at the same time.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the joys of not having a super canon ending to this game either.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I hear people say that like the Leave ending is the canon ending, and it's like, where do you get that from?
Like, why is it more valid than any of the other ones? They're all super valid.
Yeah, than In Water. Then I'm a fan of Maria. Like I think that is like the ending that caps everything off perfectly and just puts James right in that shitty position of having to relive everything over again.
Do you think James as a character is an unrepentant jerk?
I think it depends kind of on the ending.
Because I've noticed that like people's favorite endings often reflect how they feel about James as a person.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
I've noticed that a lot of people who want James to be a good guy and be redeemed, they tend,
leave.
not all the time, but they tend to like the Leave ending. The people who think that, whether or not he's a good person or not, he wouldn't be able to get over what he did.
Well,
they tend to like the In Water ending, and the people who think he's an unrepentant jerk who didn't learn a lesson, they tend to lean towards the Maria ending.
I'm just a fan of really interesting narratives, and the whole idea of him having to relive everything is a theme that is throughout the game
appealing to you,
and it makes sense for me that he would fall into the trap that he would become a victim of Silent Hill and have to relive everything over again. And because simply like in my opinion, I think the town is more powerful than James, and like the town will win out, and
denial is so much more powerful
than
lots of people in general.
Exactly, and I think that's a testament to the love story between him and Mary, and I think that at the end of the day, that one of the things that I took from the documentary is that it's a dark love story, and the whole thing revolves around love, and the Maria ending. This is probably a conversation we should be having at the end of the game.
Probably.
But no, I think that like that ending sort of caps everything off perfectly. You have Mary talking about talking in her letter, saying the entire letter, and then you have James just sort of there like he didn't learn, and he's
that's true. In the context of the letter, that makes it even more of an interesting closing, because she does say like, go and live for yourself, James, and he's kind of doing that and kind of forgetting her,
exactly,
but in a way that isn't helpful and isn't healing.
Exactly. And I don't wish that on him, but I think that in terms of a narrative, that's way more interesting than any of the other endings. I think that In Water, a lot of people really like that one, but I think it's kind of just, he killed himself, great. Like, he was so sad and tormented. He just that's kind of a lazy ending to me. Like,
yeah, it can be seen that way. It's my personal favorite, but
and I don't mean any disrespect.
No, of course not.
That's just personal preference, But if we're being really technical, my favorite ending is the dog ending. So what does that say about my view of James?
Obviously, duh. No, I like In Water because I like to think that regardless of his guilt or innocence, that his actions still occurred, and I don't think that James is a strong enough person to deal with that in any way, even denying it. I don't think he's capable of denying it anymore because he had the big face-off with Pyramid Head and he knew why they existed and all that sort of stuff. We are spoiling the whole game here.
Spoiler commentary.
It's a spoiler commentary. What are you gonna do? Sorry.
Whoopsies.
But I feel like that confrontation was thematically important to his character, so I feel like the In Water ending fits his extremely, like, he's a very pitiable, pathetic person. He just didn't have the strength to stay with Mary and deal with her illness and not kill her, and like, I don't think he would have the strength to, once he came to terms with that, once he was confronted with that, to come to terms with it at all, or to completely bury it at all. I think like the middle road, and I think the most sensible way for him to go, not sensible, but I mean like the thing that makes the most sense to me, would be for him to kill himself because he wouldn't be able to live with it.
Interesting. Do you think
But I'm warming up to the Maria ending with you bringing up the letter in the context of that, because I think that is an interesting, repeating cycle. Like, of course it's a repeating cycle, but I feel like I just like, because I was still thinking in the context of like, oh, he had that big confrontation. This goes against the confrontation, and I like that confrontation so much, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I really like the Maria ending for those reasons, but also because it shows that James, like, he learned, but he also didn't learn anything, and he's just going through the motions, and he's mentally blocking, what Maria is and what she means. And much like he was blocking everything that that he did to Mary, and like, I don't know, in my opinion, it's one of the endings for Silent Hill 2 that's often just unappreciated and overlooked.
Yeah.
When in reality, in my opinion, it's definitely one of the ones that like ties everything together so nicely. Like if Silent Hill 2 were to be made into a movie, I would want Maria to be the ending. Like that's.
See, I like kind of depressing endings, so.
Yeah, me too, and that's why I think that one would work really well.
They're both really good. All of them are really good. I like how
Yeah.
all of them are really kind of is the word corollary what I'm looking for? Anyway,
Sure.
they're all like different ways to cope with grief.
Yeah.
Basically, there's the leave ending, which is you successfully coped with it. There is the in water ending, which is you did not succeed at coping with it, and it destroyed you. And then there's the Maria ending, which is not only you're not coping with it, you don't intend to cope with it, you're going to run from it.
Yeah.
I think those are the big main ways people cope with things. They do, they don't, or they run.
Right.
And I think that's what makes it even more, soul shaking, that it's so easy to relate to all these things.
Yeah.
Without ever having been a murderer yourself.
Yeah, I try to resolve my internal conflicts by trying to perform a ritual to resurrect the dead people in my life.
A lot of people just, play with their dogs.
That's true. Oh, man, fun. Oh, by the way, question. In the dog ending, do you think he's playing the Silent Hill Pachinko? Or she, my bad, she.
Oh, I wish. I don't think Team Silent could have ever imagined that
their fine work was going to be immortalized in a frickin' pachinko machine.
Pull the lever.
They gave Pyramid Head a frickin' voice. It's so wonderful. Oh man, Evil Eye.
Evil Eye.
Did you see the video of the guy playing it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god.
Or at least I saw a video of a guy playing it.
Oh yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I don't even care. I'm at such a point with Silent Hill where it's all moments of zen from here on out.
I mean, it's
now that PT is dead,
and
now that
Silent Hill is
dead.
Silent Hill as a series is dead. They're not doing anything with it.
No, it's official. It's like officially dead. Other people have said it's dead. Every single one that's come out, they've been like, it's dead to me. Even Silent Hill 2 when it came out, it's like, this is not a sequel to the first game. This thing is dead to me. It's like, no, now it's like actually officially super dead.
Like they are not doing anything besides like mobile games, which I don't even. The only way that I could see that being done is like you control the town and you're like trying sort of like a twisted version of Fallout Shelter.
Like Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, and you're trying to get people to come in with like, and then you torture them in your rooms. And then that gives you like fear points, and then you can
buy. Oh my god!
Like,
somebody make this.
And then you have like the cultists, the members of the order, and you have them controlling the rooms and like torturing people.
Oh my god! That is genuinely really funny, and I would play the shit out of it. And you can, instead of Mr. Handy, you can get a Pyramid Head to go collect all the resources.
Mr. Heady. Oh boy! All right.
Oh my god! Somebody make that game. Just reskin Fallout Shelter. Tear its skin off, throw it at a church door, and put a different skin on it.
Oh man, you need to show the clip of that when you say that.
Yep. I already did.
Oh, splat! It was either that or you had an idea a while ago that's kind of been like rattling around my brain of making like sort of like FTL, but with like you manage a cult.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Kind of like halfway between FTL and like Civ
Yeah.
or something.
Or like Sims or something.
Maybe more like, what is it, Crusader Kings? I haven't played Crusader
I
Kings, though.
haven't either. Fallout
But
Shelter is my first like.
A cult management
Mobile.
simulator,
Yeah.
where you have to decide what kind of cult it is. Is it religious? Is it pseudoscientific? Is it a diet? You know, all sorts of wacky stuff. Is it like conspiratorial against the government, or
Mhm.
you know? And you choose which genre of cult it is, and then based on that genre, you have different pros and cons and perks to all that stuff, and then you just build a cult and see if you can take over the world, either financially, religiously, entertainment-wise, any like cultural victories, or you know, those are in Civilization also. So kind of a
Yeah.
mishmash of those things.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'd be interested to see that.
And if you get really successful, you manage to actually summon whatever the creature is, because everyone has like a mass hallucination about it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be killer. That'd be great.
Like everyone believes it, so
Come on, Konami, hit us up. We got the ideas to make your.
they don't want to make video games anymore.
No, they want to make mobile games.
The video games are done. Metal Gear Solid 5 is gonna be the last one.
Please just sell your IPs. Please sell Silent Hill to Naughty Dog. That I want Last of Us, but Silent Hill, please.
That would be nice. That would be damn fine.
Please. I'm begging you.
Please.
Anyway, all right.
Anyway, good pseudo podcast that fleshed out this episode to be twice as long as it actually was.
Maybe we'll make the wait worth it,
Yeah.
and then we'll have
hopefully.
Blasting on next time. So
Hopefully.
yeah.
Crossing fingers if everyone's schedules work out.
Oh, you know, I just messed it all
he's
up.
at like a karate convention or something right now.
Just kick ass, literally. But no, I messed it up.
Blaustein kicks ass, literally, he does.
Remember when we talked about how cool Silent Hills will be? We ruin everything when we talk about it on your LP. Oh no.
Well, maybe this will break the chain, and somebody will take pity on us and actually make the Silent Hill Fallout Shelter. They'll be like, oh, something good has to happen to these kids at some point that are always talking all excited about their video games, and something blows up in their face after they post the video.
God. We are so
Sigh.
incredibly jaded. And
We're realistic at this point.
yeah, exactly. Like,
We notice patterns and we apply them to our lives.
I'll believe it when I see it. Anyways. All right, that was fun.
All right. End podcast.
Podcast end. Huh. Wah!
At least it's at the end.